States, which it is agreed is the only country, along with China, with the mechanical capability of doing so, in close coordination in conjunction with the Islamic Republic of Iran, plus the International Atomic Energy Agency, and to be destroyed. What does that mean? That means he's not budging on us getting our hands on this nuclear dust. Everything else we can work on, this is going to happen. This is happening. Whether you like it or not, I don't care who destroys it, but we're going to be involved, and we're going to have the International Atomic Energy Agency as well. Why is that? Why is that? Because just like in the movie, they want to do tests and find out where this stuff came from. This is also probably why the Iranians are fighting so hard, because somebody has a foot up their butt saying, you can't do this, you'll expose us. And right now, President Trump's like, nah, you ain't got no deal, and you have no country if I don't get this nuclear dust. No money will be exchanged until further notice. You got nothing. Let's continue. Other items of far less importance have been agreed to. I will be meeting now in the Situation Room to make a final determination. Thank you for your attention to this matter, Donald J. Trump. I want you to pay attention to the timestamp. The timestamp on this is 10:51 a.m. I wanted to wait. I wanted to wait till late in the day to find out, is there a deal? And here we are at 5 o'clock on the East Coast. An entire 6 or 7 hours since he posted that, and we got crickets. Nothing. It wouldn't take long if you had a deal, to actually talk about this and get it done. And here we are all this time later, and there's nothing. I don't even know if he's even posted since then. Let me just check. He posted a video about Trump RX 2 hours ago. He talked about some congressmen that he endorsed, and a couple congressmen, and that's it. There is no deal as of right now. And there's likely not going to be any deal until such things happen. So what's going to happen if there's no deal? Which is probably why they're meeting so long. Let me continue with this, and I will show you more about what probably may happen.
Gathered with his staff and support to figure out the next steps here. He calls it time for a final determination on whether or not we will see an extension, a 60-day extension to the ceasefire in the war with Iran. And in that time, here's what he wants to see. This is what he has put out on his Truth Social. Iran must agree that they will never have a nuclear weapon or bomb. The Hormuz Strait must be immediately opened. No tolls for unrestricted shipping traffic in both directions. All water mines, bombs, if any, will be terminated. And then he goes on to say, ships caught in the strait due to our amazing and unprecedented naval blockade, which will now be lifted, may start the process of heading home. We are awaiting word from the president right now about what happens next. And we'll continue to put more of his posts there on the screen. I want to really stick.
Yeah, so we've all been waiting. This was at 11:30, right after he posted it. Everybody's like, well, what's the final determination? This is one of those instances where no news is not good news. No news means stuff's happening. Maybe they're still talking. Maybe they're trying to figure it out. Or maybe they're putting a battle plan together and figuring out how they're going to execute this weekend. Don't know. Notice you're not getting any leaks. Notice you don't see many people running to the podiums going, we had a deal. Now they realize they have egg all over their face. Even after Scott Bessent told them yesterday, oh, well, my sources tell me we have a deal. You need new sources, honey. I don't care what you guys think. I know that I talked to the guy whose office is down the hall, and he's like, we ain't doing a deal right now. And those idiot reporters kept trying to say, well, we heard. Hey, where'd you hear it from? You really need better sources.
On one point with my next guest. The president says the enriched material, so this is really the first time that we know of that Iran has potentially been looking at something that they would consider that has their nukes in it. So the enriched material, sometimes referred to as nuclear dust specifically, which is buried deep underground with virtually collapsed mountains caused by our powerful B-2 bomber attack 11 months ago, still sitting on top of it, that nuclear dust will be unearthed by the United States. Are we any closer to a deal? And the movement into the Situation Room rather than the Oval Office, do we understand anything about that?
Yes, Harris, we are closer. And the Situation Room part of this is most likely because they told us at 11 o'clock he was going to be receiving the presidential daily brief, his intelligence briefing. And so they don't usually tell us exactly where that is happening, but he is able to talk to different people on secure feeds in the Situation Room that he is not able to communicate with from the Oval Office, or at least it's easier to do it from the Situation Room. And because he told us he's going down there, we can tell once he's made his way underground, once there is a Marine sentry outside the West Wing. There isn't one yet, but something else really significant from this Truth Social post. We heard him at the cabinet meeting 2 days ago say that he is not comfortable with China or Russia going into Iran to take the enriched uranium, what he calls nuclear dust, out. Now he is saying that the United States and China are actually the only countries with the ability to do that, but that it is going to be taken out by the United States in close coordination, he says, with the Islamic Republic of Iran, plus the International Atomic Energy.
Wait a minute, why are you even talking about China? Peter, we all read the same thing. We all can see what he said. He didn't say China would be involved. He says it is agreed that the only country along with China has the capacity, the capability of doing it. Why did you interject like he was getting China involved? That's not what he said at all. That was complete misrepresentation. President Trump, as you can see, did not say that he would be working with China. In his own words, it says right there, it will be unearthed by the United States, which it is agreed is the only country along with China with the mechanical capability of doing so. All he said was, we're the only ones besides China who could do it. It does not say, I'm giving Xi Jinping a call and we're going to knock this out together. You can see it right there. In close coordination and conjunction with the Islamic Republic of Iran plus the International Atomic Energy Agency. It didn't say anything about, well, he gave a clue that, China might be involved. No, he didn't. These people just say stuff. I don't get it.
Agency. Those are specifics that we did not have before that make it sound like that part has been negotiated. And that's a big deal because
Jerry just said, he goes, it looks like it's been negotiated. No, it doesn't. Those are his benchmarks. We need this before we do anything. It doesn't sound like he's not. Read it yourself. Read it yourself. Does it sound like they've already made an agreement on what's going on with the dust? No, not whatsoever. Sometimes when these people are doing these hits, I'm wondering if they're taking the time to actually read the words that the man says and think about it and then say, now let me, tell you, even though people can read for themselves. I'm like, it doesn't say that there's already an agreement. It doesn't even imply that there might be an agreement. They completely make stuff up.
So far, we've just been talking about getting to a 60-day extension of the ceasefire from where they can start to negotiate the finer points of the nuclear program.
Oh, hold on. There's something else. There's something else. They've been hearing that on the news lately. So let's go back to what President Trump said. In this entire post, which is pretty long, do you see anything that says I'm looking to give somebody a 60-day extension?
Nope.
I don't see it. I don't see anything in here that says we're going to give him a 60-day extension. You can go back on True Social and look many of his posts. It didn't say anything about a 60-day extension. I don't know who these people are talking to, and we know if Fox is lying, then you damn well know CNN and MSN Now, whatever it's called, they're all lying. It seems as though the only thing you can trust at this point is wait until he says something, until it comes out of his mouth in an interview or if he posts something. Other than that, you're learning, hopefully, these people all just make suppositions. They don't have a clue.
Is there a line that they would cross for you to go on the offensive again militarily?
All right. So this interview is with his daughter-in-law, Lara Trump, and it's on her show. It's going to air Saturday night at 9 p.m. I will show it in its entirety on Sunday. And her question, as you just heard, is there a line in the sand? Is there a point at this point where you're done listening to these mullahs? Even though you're saying all this stuff, is there a point where, I've had enough and, we might have to just do what we need to do? So let's listen to this. Only like 20 seconds.
Nuclear program.
Is there a line that they would cross for you to go on the offensive again militarily?
Well, a deal that wasn't going to be good for us is the line, ultimately, because, I'm playing it out and we're going to see, and that's what I do. I negotiate, they negotiate. They're very good negotiators. They're crafty. But in the end, we have all the cards.
No, there is. If it's not good for me, we're not doing the deal. Just like any business person anywhere. Yeah, I see what you're offering, but I don't want to pay that. I don't want to do that. I'm walking away. I have all the cards. In real estate, you want to be the one at the table with the money, and the people across from you are the people you want to need the money. You want my money. Well, here's what you're going to have to do to get it. And he's pretty much telling everybody, if the deal isn't to my liking, it's not going to be accepted. It's not going to happen. He said it right there. And this clip has been everywhere. So I don't know what people are talking about. Oh, look, a deal is likely. It might happen. Who knows? No. Here are my terms. You know what the terms are. Every single one of you watching right now, you know what the terms are. You can recite them. Do it with me. We want the nuclear dust. We want the mines removed. With no tolls. No, that's my basis point. All the other stuff, I don't know. You want to have some falafels? We'll bring you a big tray of falafels. Okay, you can have some of that. You need some goats? We'll pitch in some goats. You want to meet 72? Yeah, well, never mind. That could be arranged as well. Those are my terms. And if you stick to your terms and you sit back, now you know what my terms are, and I either have the choice of walking away or blowing your asses up. There we go. I don't need to do this. I don't need to rush. If you don't do what I say, can we have another 60 days? No. Why would we give you another 60 days? What are you going to offer President Trump to let him give you another 60 days? See, that's where it is. You want 60 more days to do what? I don't know. But if you wanted 60 more days, what are you giving me? Again, people in the media may not know how to negotiate. They don't know deals. They're not saying, hey, okay, we just need 60 more days to do the same shit you've been doing. No, I got all the cards here. I'm the one in charge. I'm the captain now. And so right now at 5:26 p.m. on Friday afternoon, there is no deal. They may be still talking behind the scenes. They may be in a bunker. They may be in a situation room. They may be working on something, going back and forth. I don't even know what time it is in Iran, because right now it's probably sometime about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning in Iran. So unless the mullahs are over there up all night, there's probably nothing going to happen till tomorrow unless, boom. That's the only thing that could possibly happen tonight is boom. But we shall see. And in the interim, we all wait and we listen to what he has to say. He posted as soon as he feels like he's got something. You don't have to wonder. And all these other people I heard from my sources, it means absolutely nothing. SV sent me a mail. Well, they are doing something. SV, go ahead, talk to me about this story you got here.
Okay, well, the first one I have, by the way, Trump just posted a long post about the Kennedy Center judge.
Oh, okay.
We'll get to that. It literally came out just minutes ago. But earlier, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent goes economic assassin mode, saying he's seizing $1 billion plus in Iranian regime crypto wallets on top of other assets.
I got to stop you there.
Okay.
I want to go ahead and show everybody the timestamp. Okay, the timestamp on this is 5:02 p.m. So if there was
James Bond stuff.
if there was a deal in place, or they were looking close to a deal, they wouldn't be just going in and taking their money. They're taking more
Ding,
money.
ding, ding. Yep.
Go ahead, continue.
Okay, just outright grab the wallet. Some of them may be typing in right now and they might not realize that their wallet had been grabbed. And we're working with our allies all over Europe to grab villas and houses and properties. And this is money that's stolen from the Iranian people. Great GC allies were a little less than transparent about their banking system. That, oh no, we don't have any Iranian oil, and it's going to 2,200 the shells and missiles and drones here, 500 or 600 there, and all of a sudden it's, oh, here, they have it at it. So we're frozen Iranian bank accounts. Woo!
I don't know, but I've never acted like that with somebody that I feel favorably about doing a deal with. Those are things where you're just still trying to squeeze somebody and realize you're not ready yet. Well, how about this? How about we take more of your money? Oh my God!
As I wrote to you, I said the mullahs are not going to have a pot to piss in soon. I mean, it's
oh gosh, just squeezing the hell out of them. Man, you won't have to fire any bombs. Just keep twisting the knobs until they can't eat.
Going back to the Stone Age. Exactly. I mean, that's the way you do it when you have all the cards.
All the cards. Now I'm seeing this. You know, it's pretty. Wow. I'm seeing this thing. He posted about the Kennedy Center.
He's ticked off. He's ticked off about that judge.
Well, the thing about this, I don't know if this will work in the three window. Yeah, it does. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
The thing about this is that this thing got posted at 5:21 p.m. If he or somebody, he told somebody at 5:21 p.m., go post this about the Kennedy Center, everybody's like, what the hell are you talking about? What about Iran? I don't worry about that. I'm pissed off about this right now. So I haven't read it. What's it about?
Well, apparently, I think a judge said rules that he has to take his name off the Kennedy Center. So here we go again.
Oh my gosh! Oh, there it is.
Yeah, Judge Cooper.
ruled it.
Judge Cooper.
Oh my God! These judges, it just doesn't stop. It never stops. Never stops with them.
And on an unrelated thing, up in New Jersey, this is going to like shock you a little bit. So you know, with the ICE in Newark, has been having all that activity with all the crazy leftists. Well, about 45 minutes ago, the governor, the Democratic governor, just ordered New Jersey police to crack down on the leftist siege against ICE Newark. Police will establish protest zones to maintain order. She's doing this to avoid a greater federal surge, you see, into the region. ICE will now be further back from the protest zones held by police, which means less violence. See how easy it is?
But now they're going to fight. They'll fight the cops. I mean, they don't want to see. They don't want to see the National Guard and everything show up. So she got squeezed a little bit too. At this point, you want to see how tough you are. Here's what's going to happen. If you don't get these nut jobs out of here, we're going to send in the forces to take care of it, which is fine with me. They should do that anyway.
I look forward to the videos later, seeing some of them with their masks on, their pink outfits, getting dragged away. You know, they're so mean until they're dragged away. Like, what was that protester? Was it yesterday where he was threatening the ICE, saying, "We're going to unalive your wife, your kids"? That was what a moron. They're going after him.
Todd Blanchard said, "Yeah, we're going to arrest him. So hide, do whatever you need to do, but hide because we're coming for you." Good for you.
Yeah.
You got any pickleball happening this weekend?
No. I'm gonna probably hit the pool. The pool's open. The weather's nice. I got to cut my lawn tomorrow. I don't have a lawn service. I like doing it myself, actually. Yeah,
not down here.
Chill.
It's 100 degrees in the sun.
Yeah. Well, I played today for like 4 hours, and then I biked for 10 miles. So I'm staying active, enjoying the sun and fun. See, prosperity, have fun, enjoy life.
Oh boy.
All right. Commercial break.
Commercial break coming up. Thank you. America 250 was originally going to be run by NGOs with an explicit left-leaning agenda to promote global multilateral democracy, as demonstrated by whose handle is this? SK Double Dub. Trump rooted out most of the nonsense. I suspect what we're seeing is a revenge tour by the original NGOs who are painting the current celebration as partisan. If they can't be in control, they have to destroy it for everyone else. Now, I think you guys know President Trump well enough. You decided to try and do this. You decided to try and hit him. Now watch what happens when he hits back. It is not going to be anything these people like. Now, I had posted this video, excuse me, on my profile. I can't put it on YouTube. This is the lead singer for CNC Music Factory, way back in the day. And he goes on literally a 7-minute diatribe. In his 7-minute diatribe, he goes through this and he says, F Trump, F you, F this person, none of you darker skinned people are gonna cancel me, I'm gonna show you, F you. I mean, it's crazy. And I'm thinking to myself, what? Maybe we should cancel him. Maybe they should say we need to get out of your contract. Because as he talks in this 7-minute rant, he's telling you basically, the one thing that you, after all the F-bombs and MF bombs, is that nobody is going to tell me what to do. I am my own person. I don't like Trump. I don't like anything he's doing. I feel like he's hurt black people. But because you guys decided to come after me, I'm not leaving. I'm not going to pull out. Deal with it. And I mean, it's literally every 5 seconds, F this, F that. So if you don't like it, don't listen. Now, I also saw another problem with this entire thing, which I want to bring to your attention. Listen to this woman who is the spokesperson for the event.
Joining us now is Julia Friedman. She's a spokesperson for Freedom 250. Thank you so much for speaking with us this morning, Julia. I guess let's start with some of these artists and what they had to say about the Great American State Fair. Bret Michaels posted just a few hours ago about pulling out of the show. He said, unfortunately, what was presented to us as a celebration of our country has evolved into something much more divisive than what I agreed to be a part of. He's also concerned about safety for his fans and the band crew. Martina McBride also writing on social media that she won't be performing. She said, I was presented with an opportunity to perform at a nonpartisan event, but that turned out to be misleading. What is your reaction to these artists dropping out?
Okay, so before she answers, let me just give you a little background on what goes on behind the scenes. Most of these artists really don't have record company or record labels backing them, but record labels influence where you're going to play. Radio stations, Sirius, can influence where you're going to play. Your management can influence where you're going to play. Your booking agent, likely based in either Nashville or Beverly Hills, Los Angeles, they can influence where you're going to play. The band members can influence where you're going to play. The family can influence where you're going to play. So you're Bret Michaels, you're Martina McBride, despite how you personally feel, all these people are fielding calls. Oh, hey man, you're playing that event? I can't believe you're playing that event. Those are the normal calls you get. Then now you get the people who dox you and say, if you play there, I'm going to blow up your house. I'm going to burn down your car. Burn up your car. I'm going to kill your wife and your kids. And so at that point, somebody like Bret Michaels, just because I don't need this. See, that's the other part of this. These people have already made their money. They don't need the hassle. They just, we're not going to touch this. Because they're getting so much flack from so many different people that they're not strong enough to say what they really feel. It's disgusting how the music business works. But that's how it works. Millie, without the vanilla, because one of them's dead, didn't even know they were still around. I don't know how they couldn't sing when they were together. So I don't know how they sing when they're apart. They say they can't play this event because it's too divisive. To who? See, I think the bigger thing is that it has, as they've stated, it's causing security concerns. Nobody wants their family attacked. Nobody wants to wake up with dead pig heads on your front door. But the way this person is handling it, and I hate putting her on the spot here, they just asked her, what's your comeback to all of this?
Well, for the viewers that do not know, from June 25th through July 10th will be the Great American State Fair on the National Mall. And right in the middle there is July 4th, which is our nation's 250th birthday, which is a huge celebration of our country, our founding, and all of the values that underlie our country: faith, freedom, family. This will be a massive celebration. All are welcome. It is free and open to the public. It is inherently non-political. It is a celebration of our country. We've been working hand in glove with the U.S. Secret Service, the National Park Service, the D.C. Mayor's Office, the National Park Police, local law enforcement agencies to make sure that fans and citizens alike, we're expecting a massive turnout. People from...
Did she answer the question? This is the problem. Go rent, pull it down, download Clear and Present Danger, and answer the specific question these people are asking you. You asked, she's like, you sure you want to try and get her on the show? Yeah. She's like, she's not going to answer. Then she's going to get embarrassed. She's going to get embarrassed here. Hey, listen, we asked you a question. We already know what the event is. Why are you dancing around?
All over the country, even some people internationally have told us and let us know and signed up online to let us know that they are coming. This is a massive celebration. On July 4th, we'll have a massive fireworks show as well. We'll have activations such as a 110-foot Ferris wheel, a carousel that's actually been refurbished and is being used for the fair itself that the Smithsonian is lending us. So it's going to be family fun. It's going to have fanfare.
We're going to be there. Fanfare? Are you going to have fanfare? Let me know about how many people I can bring if you're going to have fanfare. Thank you very much. We didn't know that.
Also have a FIFA activation because the State Fair will overlap with the World Cup. So there will be fun for all to enjoy. There will be something for everyone there, and we're all coming together to celebrate America's 250th birthday.
Harry, but what would you tell these artists who have decided to pull out of the event?
All right, so that's the second time. First question, she didn't answer it. She went out and told us about the paragraph about what the event is. Now the woman says, now what do you want to say to these artists? Obviously, they're trying to get some answers. What the hell is going on?
The same thing I would tell everyone. Log on, and sign up to attend because this is going to be a huge celebration of America. It's really about the Americans that are going to show up to celebrate our country. That's what it's really about. We come together as Americans to celebrate our country. We're all united by the fact that we are Americans and we should be proud of our country. I certainly know I am. We live in the best country on earth. And this will be a celebration of our country.
Keep saying the same thing over and over again.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I would never let you go on that long. Like, hold on. Stop. I understand what it's supposed to be. I understand you planned this nice event. You're the spokesperson. We have the Ferris wheels and, the squirt guns and yeah, that's all. Why are these people leaving? Did you not plan on this happening? You're not answering the question.
It'll have fun for everyone, like I said. The FIFA Fan Zone. We have activations from sponsors such as Northrop Grumman, John Deere. They actually are joining in with us to celebrate America's 250th birthday.
So if you've got sponsors like Northrop Grumman and John Deere, you booked the wrong acts. I'm pretty sure there ain't that many brothers in the hood listening to rap music who are dealing with the John Deeres. So what in the hell were you guys thinking? Bust a Move and all this other stuff. Hey, you're saying who your sponsors are. This is Event Promotion 101. You need to align your sponsors with the people attending because that's why we're sponsoring something, because these people, brand identity. John Deere ain't selling no tractors in the hood. So that tells me there's something else planned. You wouldn't have these type of sponsors. You wouldn't have them. You would have had Hennessy or something.
So there will be activations, fun for kids, for adults, for families alike.
So we'll try this one more time. How was it?
When somebody asks you, and okay, let's try this one more time. At that point, you're cornered. He's letting his audience know this woman ain't telling us anything. So let's try this Let's try this one more time.
This event sold to these artists because you now have multiple artists saying we were misled about what this event was, misled about this event being nonpartisan. So if you can't answer the question, where is the disconnect here?
So I can't speak to negotiations that were made for performers.
Then you're the wrong person to be interviewing. I need your boss. If you can't speak to the negotiations, that's the news. The news is, what the hell were these people told? Well, who picked them? Why did you pick them? How did you think there'd be any appeal? Why do you think people would want to come out and hear this guy sing Bust a Move? How did you come up with this idea? I don't know. I wasn't involved. Then you can exit stage right. I don't need to have somebody out here tell me that the Ferris wheel is going to be 100 feet high. I don't care. Your interview is about the bands. So the question I would have, who booked the bands? Did you hire an agency? Did you go through a middleman? Did you go direct? Who booked these bands? When did you book them? Did they not know that President Trump was president? Did they not know that there's going to be a giant octagon out there? How come today they all realize, oh, we don't want to do it now? There's something fishy here. When they accepted those contracts, every single one of them knew they were playing at the White House. They know Trump is the president. They already know what he's done with immigration. They already know and have an idea how they feel about how he has treated black people. They already knew when they're getting offers and the agent's fielding offers. Hey, Martina, yeah, we've got this offer for you to play at the White House. What the hell did you think was going to happen? Biden was going to come back and shake some hands, or Kamala was going to get out there? When you heard that the White House was inviting you to do a concert the day you signed the contract, you knew it was for Trump. It didn't turn partisan. We're MAGA. We're not backing away from it. We're not ashamed of it. We're going to wave the American flag. We're going to have fireworks. You knew when you took the gig. I know this for sure because every time I had to book a band, I had to tell them where. I had to tell them the date. I had to tell them the other artists that would be on the bill. I would have to give them the name of the event. I'd have to give them called the creative. What do your ads look like? How do you want to promote it? And so they got all this information. This is all BS to the public. And so they said, okay, Martina, someone in her organization said she'll be there, her butt will be there, and she'll be singing on this date. It's already booked at the White House. There was no secret here. It doesn't work that way. They would have told you when you put the offer in, she's not interested. Or as they say in the business, she passes. She passed on your offer. So is it about the threats? Is it about the threats coming from people who are against the celebration, anti-Americans, communists? And what part of Freedom 250 or American 250 is divisive? She sang a song about Independence Day. I understand it's not the same type of, perception behind it because it was about a woman becoming independent. But nonetheless, she had to have known. I'm sure she has sang at the Grand Ole Opry, same audience. I'm sure she's been all through Nashville. I'm sure Brett Michaels, I'm sure every single one of these people have toured in certain cities. What changed that made this event no longer, quote, nonpartisan? Of course it was partisan. It's been partisan since January 20th, 2024. He's been in the White House for over a year. How did it all of a sudden become partisan? No one's talking about that. See, I'd like to know because none of this is about politics. Every single person right now, everywhere in the country knows that Trump is a president. There's no surprise there. What changed? If it wasn't already planned to blow it up, then who said, all right, now everybody blow it up? I remember people who hated President Ford, President Nixon, President Biden. They still showed up to celebrate events. They didn't boycott due to the person in the Oval Office being partisan. The celebration, the event itself is bigger than any one president, especially this one. This is the 250th anniversary. I don't even know what it's called. Quintennial? I don't know. Freedom 250 should be exactly the same as the centennial and the bicentennial. No politics, no partisanship. Get your butt up on stage and sing. We're not asking you to be Bruce Springsteen. We're not asking you to get on stage and trash him. Just sing your damn music. So what's really going on here?
What I can say is we're selling it the same way to every single person in this country. This is a celebration of America, 250 years, glorious years. It's inherently non-political. We're coming together to celebrate our country. We live in the best country on earth, and we're putting on a huge birthday party because America deserves it. And it is free and open to the public, and everyone is invited.
So she's just repeating the line. Say the line, say it again, keep saying the same stuff over and over. And it's embarrassing. They should have put somebody better prepared, because now she can't go anywhere. Because if she even came on our show, I'm going to have to ask some harder questions than this. I'm like, hey, Julie, yeah, I've booked thousands of bands. I've presented many, many dozens of festivals. Who booked the bands? You guys have all heard the story about Van Halen, probably, and it's absolutely true. On their writer, a band's writer might be sometimes 20 or 30 pages long, depending on who the band is. And that writer says, on Monday, I want tuna salad. On Tuesday, I want fried chicken. On Wednesday, I want, pepperoni pizza. And I want 6 cases of Diet Coke, and I want 4 cases of Gatorade. It's amazing what you have to do to bring in their trays of food and fruit trays. Robin used to handle all that. I'm like, I can't take this. I can't take it. There's 12 guys here. There's 5 in the band, and there's 10 stagehands. What's all this food? Then we figured out what they were doing is they were stocking the bus. They would just take the stuff out the dressing room at the end of the night and put it back on the bus. But you did it. Well, David Lee Roth, as much of a kook as he still is, they had a rule and said they wanted 10,000 M&Ms in a bowl, but no brown ones. So somebody had to go in and pick out all the brown, and you had to do it because at that point it would invalidate the contract. But they were just doing stuff just to mess with people. And some people said it was an old wives' tale, but they used to just mess with people because it has a writer. She doesn't know any of this. What was in their thing that said that they can't play at a Trump event, even though they know since January 2024 he's the president? So how did it turn partisan? It's always been partisan. It's partisan on their side. The nut jobs decide they want to attack people. Now, I'm hoping that he comes out, well, I'll tell you that in a second.
Freedom 250's CEO, Kevin Cratch, who was appointed by President Trump, has said that your public-private partnership is an opportunity to execute the president's vision. Just going back to these claims from these artists about being misled about the event being nonpartisan, what is your response? Is it, you say it's not political, but there is a partisan element to it, is there not?
No, it's about America. That is a drop-dead easy question to ask. Answer. It is kind of partisan. No, it's about America. Maybe that's the partisanship they don't like. Maybe they don't like the fact that we're promoting America. But I'd have to make somebody say that, because right now, all the statements that they've made, I don't see anybody sticking a microphone in Martina McBride's face or Brett Michaels. What exactly was partisan? So they asked her. She's got an opportunity.
I don't think there's anything partisan about America being around for 250 years. Think about the founding of our country. We have a history, obviously, but we have a president that wants to celebrate 250 years of America. And that's exactly what we're doing. And that's how it was sold to performers. We'll have military bands, military ensembles as well. We will have representatives from every state and territory in the United States to come and represent their culture, what makes their state and territory unique. So it's sold the same way to everyone, that we're celebrating America's 250th birthday. We'll have military bands, orchestras, talented performers. We will be announcing more in the coming weeks and days.
Now there was some news. We will be announcing additional artists in the coming days and weeks. Watch to see who those are.
And we will have something for everyone there.
And we should point out, Vanilla Ice says he is still going to perform. A member of Milli Vanilli is going to be performing solo as well. And as Julia mentioned, more artists could ultimately sign up before the big fair. Julia, we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you very much.
All right, so she didn't say much. I posted this on X, and I meant this. I said, I bet John Rich and Kid Rock could put together a Freedom 250 concert that would make libtard heads spin. I followed it up by saying, can you imagine if Skynyrd, Morgan Wallen, Jason Aldean, and maybe a little bit of Uncle Ted and a dash of Bocephus played? Oh, libtards would go insane. Absolutely. Bocephus alone, Bocephus meaning Hank Williams Jr. Imagine him coming out. Country Boy Will Survive. Oh, I'd like to spit some beach nut in that dude's eye. Oh, they would go nuts. That's what needs to happen. We need to bring out the big guns. We need to bring out people who don't give a F. We need to bring out people who are saying, you know what? I don't care about these idiot libtards. Let's go with a complete concert with people that the people want to see and who are willing to celebrate America. And I don't care if it's partisan, because Democrats live in America too, unless they don't want to live here anymore. But that woman didn't help the cause. John Rich, like I said, we're going to try to talk to Ted Nugent next week and see if these guys, Creed would be freaking awesome. We got options. And I'm wondering, again, I'll close with this. I'm just wondering at this point if it was a honeypot, some sort of trap that they all walked into. Because I don't think anybody would be asking Martina McBride to show up given her history. I mean, think about it yourself. If you guys knew this, if you were into business, I guess that's one thing. But if you were into business and you saw that Martina McBride played for Obama, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, the DNC, and Democrat fundraisers, would you even bother calling her?
Nope.
Would she even be on your list? Hey, let's call Martina McBride. No. Let's call, I remember when I showed it, I'm like, Morris Day in the Time? What? Morris Day? Of course he's not going to show up. Do you guys not know who these people are? So I'm thinking it might have been a ruse to begin with, because now they can book anybody they want. They could bring George Strait in. They could bring in Creed. They could bring in a ton of different people. And unfortunately, they'll be called the racist name, but you gave them the out. Y'all backed off. Y'all just went away. Now let's show them. Let's show them. I'm hoping that they bring out some big guns at this point. Don't know if they will, but possibly. SB, you got a bunch of stuff here, huh?
Yeah, I do have a couple things. I mean, she said that about, I counted over 100, I gave up. Anyway, breaking, it's official. This is winning news. Governor Landry has just signed the 5R1D congressional map for the 2026 midterms, putting it fully into effect. So another win.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
You know, at this point, I just want him to run up the score. You know, there's some games and stuff that you watch on television. You're like, you're at the 5-yard line. I know you want to call it a day. You're up by 20 points. Push it in. Get another touchdown.
Yes.
Just keep doing it.
That's right. No participation medals. Let's go for the jugular.
Okay, so this is what? This is a 6? Wow. So it's 6 Republicans, 0 Democrats now.
Well, no, I think that's what they're going to. They're 5R1D, but they can try to go for 6R.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's been busy on Truth. He put out a couple of endorsements, but yeah, what were you going to say?
I keep looking at this stuff, wondering how are they supposed to win? It doesn't. It doesn't. The math isn't mathing. I don't know what they're going to do. They keep saying, "Oh, it's going to be a blowout in the midterms." I'm like, how? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, since he was what 117-0, now with this endorsement, if they have any kind of betting, I'm putting my money all in. He just endorsed Lieutenant Governor Pamela Yvette for governor of South Carolina. She plans to eliminate the income tax and slash property taxes. He says she was the only South Carolina gubernatorial candidate to endorse me as soon as I launch my 2024 presidential campaign. A big added plus for Pam is that I hear Henry McMaster Jr., the brilliant and very competent son of Henry and Peggy, will be running with her as the next lieutenant governor. So that, I'm sure a lot of people in South Carolina are going to enjoy that because, with all the rhinos lately been going against Trump's desires and wishes down there.
Do you know who he just kneecapped?
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Nancy Mace.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mace. You had her on the show. Oops.
Oh boy, it's so funny when Ashley looks at our past guests. She's like, can't call that, can't call this person, can't call that person. They all flaked out, and so today he comes out and says, "I'm gonna endorse Pam Yvette," which to me is Nancy Mace is dead as a door now.
He's probably punching her monitor right now. Oh, Trump.
Oh my gosh. These people have crossed him and she said some stupid stuff and now bam, he nails her. And I'm looking here, it looks like another endorsement as well. This one, who's this? This is
Mike
Oklahoma. Okay, yeah. Oklahoma. Wow. So he's putting the endorsements out as he's been 118-0.
Yeah, those are sure bets.
So it's very interesting is that I don't see anything on Iran. It's 6:15.
I've been hitting refresh kind of like the ladies at the casino. I do have a story about Cuba here. It's just interesting by OSINT Defender. This was about an hour ago. So this might be a little bit of a calm. The commander of U.S. Southern Command, Southcom, General Francis L. Donovan, met with Army Corps General Roberto Legra Sotolongo. He's the first deputy minister of the chief of the general staff and other senior leaders from the Cuban military today in an exceedingly rare meeting at the premier of the naval station. So during the meeting, the military leaders held a brief exchange on operational security matters in Cuba. I think that for me, that just, this is also going.
Hold on. Our military.
Where's Rubio?
Our military guys held a meeting with Cuban military in Cuba.
What do you think? You think they had electricity on for that meeting?
Or like, here's what we're going to do. Hand over Castro and we'll get you some hamburgers or something. Oh my God.
I love these little comms, these snippets. These things are awesome because you know that. And then here's the other thing I'm thinking is Kristi Noem. She's part of the Avenger thing. So we're going to start here. I think we're going to hear more of that. That's going to start raising.
Well, the most interesting part of this is the last two words. It happened in Cuba. So our military people are on the ground, walking around in Cuba, meeting with their military people. Meanwhile, there's all kinds of aircraft carriers and ships right off the coast looking at them. Wow. Wow.
Look at their faces, though. I mean, tell me they look a little serious there. There's no smiles there, though.
But they could just be hungry.
From some bananas and rice.
They could be hungry, and maybe they haven't taken a shower in a couple of weeks. There's no running water. I mean, like, y'all stink over here, man. It's hot. It's hot out here. We could get the water turned on for you. You want some Gatorade, bro? Oh my God.
Oh my God. I have a